Apple has sent an email to podcasters reminding them to ensure decent-looking metadata. They particularly don't want spammy-looking names or authors, and no episode numbers in titles. These practices could result in your show being rejected or removed from Apple Podcasts, they warn. They have, though, unveiled a mechanism to resubmit podcast feeds if required, which looks ominous. Episode numbers are in use in podcast titles by Joe Rogan, Serial, or Reply All. Our podcast pages will now tell you if you're being naughty like them with episode numbers in your titles. Just search for your podcast and see what our system complains about. Pocket Casts now has a skill for the Amazon Alexa smart speaker. The company is particularly proud of Alexa, ask Pocket Casts to play my Up Next, which plays what you were last playing in the app and your list of upcoming podcasts. Google speakers have voice integration with Google Podcasts, of course. Hey, Google, resume my podcast. We'll continue listening to whatever it was that you were listening to on the app on your phone. Google Podcasts disappeared last week from Android Auto. Then it reappeared. Now it's disappeared again. The good folk of Reddit, and your editor, that's me, aren't happy. Transistor, a podcast host, has published an article on how to make money from your podcast, just in time for Bloomberg, who asks, everybody makes podcasts, but can anyone make them profitable? Tom Webster from Edison Research appears on the latest episode of the Spreaker Live Show, talking about the upcoming Infinite Dial data release and a free webinar. You'll find a link to take part in our show notes and in our newsletter. And Podchaser has interviewed Dan Carlin. And in our newsletter today, we talk about Welcome to Day One. It's a brand new podcast with stories of regional entrepreneurs and startups from across Australia.